Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. This is the Disturbed1669 back with another game board review. This time we have Psychopathic Records, The Quest of Shangri-La, or The Quest for Shangri-La. It's an ICP war game. There's Violent J, Shaggy 2 Dope, Hack Benjamin. I think that's Monoxide Child. There's a Canafago. That's on the top. On the side, that's what that is. Hack Benjamin again. Not sure who that is. Boys. Alright guys, let's get into the box. Alright guys, this game board comes with boss cards, Nether Void cards, Detroit cards, and Dark Carnival cards. And these cards you have to draw from the corresponding levels on the board game, which I'll get to in a bit. These bone cards, you have to do whatever the card says, and it's pretty much like a crutch. If you get something, it's gonna debilitate you. Like it'll transport you like somewhere on the board game, or put you out of the board game for 10 minutes. But yeah, I'll start with the boss cards. The Unveiling. Drunken Ninja Master. The 17th Dimension. The Necronomicon. Diamond Rain. Psychopathics from outer space. Mr. Rotten Treats. Crystal Skull. The Wraith. And Malenko's Wand. I'm not going to go through each of these cards, but I'll pick one or two up and show you guys an example. That's what the bottom of each card looks like, as you can see. Here's this card. Basically, you take this card and you can make any player withdraw one of these cards, and I'll get to these cards and show you guys an example in a second. And then here's another one. Oh, and they also have like bosses, well, monsters I mean. Let's find one for you guys. One sec. Alright, here's one. Big stank of little poot. Alright, let's put these away. Let's get on to the bone cards. Just do anything the card says on this bone card. I'll just go quickly through these so you guys can see each one. It's a pretty fun game to play with friends. for Insane Clown Posse fan. Highly recommend this game. Alright, let's put these off to the side. Oh, and one other thing. The board game is pretty much like a terrace, pretty much. Starts off with Detroit. Then it goes to Dark Carnival. Oops, I mean, Nether Void. Then the Dark Carnival. And pretty much the cards are sort of all the same on each level. There's monsters that you can fight, like events that happen. You can get rewards, etc. Anyways, this is what the Dark Carnival back of the card looks like. The majority of the front of the cards have that border around it. That's just an example. Put these off to the side. Same thing with Detroit. It's pretty cool. And that's the border around those cards. I'll show you guys the Nether Void real quick. Again, it's just like purple lines, fire or something. Anyways, and you guys also, when you get this board game, you get weapon cards. I'll give you guys some examples. There's a blow-up doll. There's herb. Sawed-off shotgun. Black truck. Bulletproof vest. And these items can be equipped by a character. Normally when you start a game, your character gets, I think, herb and whatever weapon he or she needs, like Shaggy, Too Dope, and Violent J, get a hatchet and some other stuff. Here's another bulletproof vest. Here's an axe, pistol, knife, Fago, another axe, another knife, another truck, sawed-off shotgun. I'm gonna go through this stack real quick and see if I have any others you guys haven't seen. Alright, there's three you guys haven't seen. There's an automatic rifle. That, which is the Tomahawk, ABK, and then the Regal. Alright guys, let's get on to the other pieces. Alright, the money for the game. You get 100s, 500s, 500 bill, the Big Baby Sweets from Big Money Hustlers. I think this is a Sugar Bear. Alright. Each character gets one of these character cards, and they have combat damage counters and your life counter on the side. And then here's what each person gets in the start. this person, which is Squeezy, gets $100 and a knife. And they start off at the bar. I'll show you guys the rest of these. There's Blaze. Ruby Rags. Draw all this camera as still as possible. Old EY. He's on the cover of the box. There's Monoxide. So you guys can read that. I'm not gonna read it for you guys. Violent J. Big Baby Sweets. J Mad Rocks. Each of these characters also has a corresponding little cardboard cutout. It's just a little like picture, but it's a smaller version of this picture, so I'm not going to go through that either, but just keep in mind that you'll get a small version, which is pretty much that small, has their name on it. Let's kill more. Pumpkin Carver. Hag Benjamin. The red ones are the Dark Carnival, and the blue ones are the Nether Void, but you can still play the Nether Void characters. Magic Ninja. Like I said, you guys can read this yourself. I'm not pausing it or reading it for you guys. Mad Professor. He's also on the front of the board game. So is she. You also get dice, moving dice, and attacking dice. And you get player bases for each character. And then these little clips that you clip on to the side and you slide them up and down. Oops, that's the dice you guys get. I'm missing one more. Sorry guys. That's the dice you guys get. Alright guys, let's move on to the board game and get this review over with. Thank you for watching though. Alright guys, so here is the game board. For each player there's going to be a starting spot, and that's where your character is going to start. And I'll show you guys each of these squares the best my camera can do. The road. Here's the store where you guys can buy stuff. Zug Island, Casino. And like I said, each level goes with those cards. So this is Detroit. I believe this is Nether Void, and this is the Dark Carnival. So anyways, the Dark Forest, tunnels, cave. And I'll do this real quick for you guys. Sorry about that. Tilt-a-whirl, Funhouse, Tunnel of Love, Crystalline Forest, House of Mirrors, Where to Go Around, Halls of Illusion, House of Wonders, Farewell. There's a bridge to the Shangri. Goes up. House of Horrors, Wax Museum, and back to Tilt-a-Whirl. Anyways, you make your way up through these transition points. There's gonna be one here, and there's one on the opposite side of the board game, and then once you get up to here, you go to the Road to Shangri-La, and you have to be level 15 or higher. Then you can fight the boss, and at the start of the game, you randomly pick a boss card, and at the end, whoever reaches it up here flips it over, and in the rule book, it'll state what that card does. And I'll give you guys Malenko's wand as an example. One second, guys. Anyways, here's Malenko's wand. I'm not gonna read that to you guys, but you guys can read it. And I'll show you guys the rest real quick. That's what the Drunken Ninja Master does. Here's what the Psychopathics from Outer Space does. That's what Diamond Rain does. 17th Dimension does. Here's what the Unveiling does. Crystal Skull. Mr. Rotten Treats. The Wraith. Necronomicon. I believe that is it. This game is for 2 6 players. Takes about 2 hours. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye.